Yo, what up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is your boy Food Junkie that's coming at you with a little video. Don't know how long this is going to be, but you know, just want to come to y'all and talk to y'all about my opinion and what's going on these streets and what's the hot topic right now. I've been gone for about a couple of weeks or so, you know what I'm saying, trying to get myself together, trying to recover from this procedure that I'm going through. But it's all good. I'll explain it to y'all, I'll talk to y'all about it at some other later time and point. But show the title. Does the sex of the victim matter? That's my question. And that comes from watching all these videos in the past couple of days, listening to all these videos in the past couple of days, I should say. Um, you know, talking about the situation going on with Larry Reed, this young man, Tasha K, and everybody else who's making commentary about this situation. What's up, Lionheart, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? And this is not about my feelings of who's guilty, who's innocent, who's lying, who's telling the truth. For me, I like to take what's going on these streets or what I hear about what's not and actually make commentary on it. Not give my opinion, not, tell you what's right or what's wrong, screaming and yelling at you, was not get myself all worked up over something that I have nothing to do with. But my question is, does the sex of the victim matter? Now, we're always being told to always believe a woman when she says she's being touched, or she was touched, or she was molested, or she was this and that and the third. We're always being told to believe the woman until it's shown that she's not telling the truth. So it's proven that she's not telling the truth. Always believe the woman. But do y'all not know that just as many men are molested, raped, and abused as women are? There was a statistic that I heard a couple of weeks ago about how people going around saying on these YouTube, not on this sector of YouTube, but in the YouTube streets or in the social media streets, that every 5 hours a woman is being killed. A black woman is being killed. Now, it came out that that was debunked. That was just a story that certain people were telling in order to push this narrative of quote unquote black men ain't shit and we're always out there trying to hurt and abuse people. So when I hear a story of a young man say that they was abused by an older man, what's up, Deanna? How you doing, sweetheart? By an older person, a more influential person, a more powerful person, that young individual is not being believed, being ridiculed and being this and the third. Now I said, I'm not saying this is not about guilt or innocence, who's right, who's wrong. It's about understanding what you're doing, what you're saying. It's about you being able to stand in whatever that you believe, be it right or wrong, but also being able to stand up to the critique and the conversation and the discussion and the debate that's going to be had when you open up your mouth and insert yourself in certain situations. Now, if y'all think this is the first time that we have heard and have talked about an individual like Larry Reed being accused of inappropriate behavior, this individual right now, is not the first person to accuse Larry Reed of inappropriate behavior with a minor. This is the first time we've talked about and discussed this situation. There has been several accusations of such behavior. Now let me tell you something was not. I told you a long time ago, I was mannish, they called it growing up. Hot in the pants, wild. They called the little girls fast. I was mannish. I've been trying to get some since I was 7 years old. I've been trying to get some since I've been 7 years old. And when I finally got some at the age of, was it 11 or 12? She was older than me. Everyone that I've slept with my entire life has always been older than me. Not much older till I became 16. Then they were legal, but up until 16, everyone that I've slept with were older than me by a couple of years. And when I became 16, they became older than me by 15 years. I was managed, I was wild, I was this and that was that. But the difference between my story and an individual young man's story that is being told right now, I've never lived with someone that was much older than I was. I was never in the person's household. I was never in the person's care, comfort, to the point to where I was being taken care of by said individual. See, what people are not understanding about the situation, about the story, I'm sure all of us on here who will listen to this story or hear this message or hear this video that I'm making have slept with someone older than them by choice because they wanted to. But how many of you know what it feels like to have a sexual prowess, to be hot in the pants, and slept with someone who had dominion over you? That was supposed to be there to protect you, to shield you from certain things, harms in life. See, it's a big difference. Me being hot in the pants, me being mannish, me trying to be grown, going out to certain clubs. I think I did since I was 16 years old. At 16 years old, my ID said I was 21. So I've always been in clubs, gay, straight, mixed, whatever you want to call it, doing what I wanted to do. Always. So is it different me making the decision to go to an environment where there are older people that had the proclivity to want to have sex with the cute, young, hot, attractive thing that they haven't seen before, than me living in a household or in an environment where my shelter, where my food, where my earning money depends on this individual that I may have a sexual proclivity to, and they have a sexual proclivity towards me. See, it doesn't matter that I was mannish, or that the little boy was mannish, or he was hot in the pants. It doesn't matter what he wanted to do when he was off to college. A little bit more secret to y'all. I told you I was wild back in the days. I was wild. I was so wild back in the days to where I thought that I should be a porn star. I was having so much sex. I was having so much sex when I was young. One thing I was out there. Always safe, but I was out there nonetheless. I was having so much sex that I thought to myself, "What's up, RJ, babe? How you doing?" I thought that I should become a porn star. I might as well get paid for all this free sex that I was having. But guess what? I wasn't legal. So my mindset, I wasn't grown. So my mindset was that of a child. Someone who didn't understand the ramifications of what I was doing. So while I was out there, and I can't say, "Oh, she used me," "Oh, he used me," because it was both, men and women. I was bumping uglies with. I couldn't say that. Well, I could say that was not because based on the age thing, but me being who I am, doing this is what I wanted to do. This is what I was set out there to do. This is what I not set out there to do, but this is what I was doing when I was out there was not at the age I am now. I can't run back and say, oh, this person who was much older than me seduced me or used me was not. I personally wouldn't do that. But at the same time, I also wasn't living with an individual, staying with an individual under the roof of the individuals who I was bumping uglies with. I had this sexual attraction to, and they had a sexual attraction toward me. That's the difference. So once again, I ask the question, does the sex of the quote unquote victim matter? Because it seems as though when a man or a young man or a boy or whatever, a male, I should say, says, oh, I was seduced, I was misused, I was groomed. That's what it's called, being groomed. Being given things, being treated a certain way, being talked to, being as someone is being nurturing toward you. It's called being groomed. Taking them under your wing, things of that nature. Now I say, I don't know what happened. I don't really care. The topic came up because this was going on once again with Larry Nelson. So my conversation is to ask, does the sex of the victim matter? Because it seems that as when it's a male accusing someone of doing some inappropriate behavior, they're ridiculed, they're clout chasing, they're lying, they're doing all these things. But when it's a woman who does it, oh, we have to believe her. Either way, or they were saying, period. It's not about them, it's about the conversation that needs to be had surrounding the situation. It's not about the individuals, it's about the conversation. You know how I do it. You have to believe the woman. She said it happened, and she's traumatized, it hurt her and had a lasting effect on her life, this and third. But yet when a male do it, it's, oh, he's lying. He's chasing clout. He don't want someone to get ahead. He doesn't want this person to get ahead. They're after money. Let's get off this YouTube thing. And let's talk about what's going on in Hollywood. What's in Hollywood? From the Harvey Weinsteins and the people of that nature. Lionheart, you may not think the sex matter was not, but look at the conversations that's being had and look at this example. The whole Me Too movement. The whole Me Too movement. But once again, does it matter? Does it matter? He's not the only person. This ain't the first, like I said before, RJ, you probably wasn't here. This ain't the first person. This ain't the first time we heard about inappropriate behaviors happening surrounding Larry Reed. But back to my story I was saying. Harvey Weinstein. There was stories going on about Harvey Weinstein for years. But yet he was so powerful, so well liked, in control of certain people's careers. What's up, Miss Queen Baby? How you doing, sweetheart? And dismissed doesn't mean innocent. It doesn't. But Harvey Weinstein was liked by people in Hollywood. He was so powerful in his circle and in his group, even if it is. Didn't Larry Reed admit to certain things happening with that child, but say he was 17 years old when it happened? Anytime an older, more influential person has influence over a young, desperate person, it could be deemed as taken advantage of. See, I want people to get out of this thing. Oh, well, he was gay and he said this and that and third, and blase this and blase that, and Larry Reed, da 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 da. and look at the fact that when you have money, power, influence over which way someone will go, it leads to this power thing. That's why I'm mentioning Harvey Weinstein. You understand the story. There have been many of actresses who have accused Harvey Weinstein of inappropriate behavior. Not only actresses, people who worked for him and his company. Until there was an expose done on Harvey Weinstein by the New York Post, New Yorker, one of those papers up there in New York, one of those national papers up there in New York, is when it finally went out. Exactly. But that's another different story, RJ. Just because cases get dismissed doesn't mean that, they're innocent. There's a big difference, huge difference. But then when everyone started this whole Me Too movement based on what happened with Harvey Weinstein. But as soon as Terry Crews said, I was inappropriately groped at an industry party. Oh, you a big black man. You got all these muscles and all this body. Why couldn't you fend him off? And his response is, I was quiet for so long because this individual who did this to me, who touched me inappropriately, who groped me inappropriately, was a Hollywood influencer. Someone on the higher ups in Hollywood who could have derailed my career. So Terry Crews had been made fun of and mocked because he finally came forward with the fact that he was touched inappropriately. Not only Terry Crews, Brandon Fraser, also another man in Hollywood who was groped, touched inappropriately, made to feel uncomfortable by another man in Hollywood, came out and told the story when it happened. How long ago have we seen a Brandon Fraser film besides recently in the past year? Has it been 10, 12 years? Since Brandon Fraser came out and said, yes, I was also touched inappropriately. I was also whatever. He disappeared from Hollywood, from Limelight. He was one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. One of the most influential blockbusters, you could bet on him, actors in Hollywood. So if a man came out and said that he was blackballed, career ruined, that shows other people not to come out. If you could do this to Brandon Fraser, the person who had one of the biggest box office sequel hits, Mummy Return, Money This and That, Money, all these Mummy movies that made hundreds of millions of dollars. If he could be blackballed for coming out and saying that this man inappropriately touched me, no one believes it goes brushed under the rug. What is some lay actor who haven't had a name yet, haven't had a hit yet, supposed to do when he's inappropriately touched? Because now there's an example of when you do that, this is what's going to happen to you. So suck up and be quiet. Deal with it. But yet everyone jumped on the bandwagon with the Me Too movement when it happens to women. This situation that we are once again going through, because it happens every 2 to 3 years with Larry Reed. Y'all know it does. Something comes up. I don't care if it's the same person. I don't care if it's a different person. It's the same defenders. It's the same accusations. All sound like the same. I was staying in his house. Something happened inappropriately, was not. And he's so arrogant as to say, oh, he was this age. Oh, he seduced me. But as an adult like me, At my age, I wish a child would stand in front of my door naked. First, I'll make your ass get dressed. Then I'll make your ass pack your bags and get the fuck out. Tell a story right quick. So y'all know I lived in Charlotte for a while. Only home in Charlotte is in the third. What's that? When we moved back to Atlanta, some of my Charlotte friends came to Atlanta to see me, to hang out with me, you know. And, you know, I think I had to work, my husband had to work that morning, whatever it be. So that night, we came to the house, we came home, they came over what's not. My husband came home, I'm like, baby, go upstairs, get ready, get dressed, wasn't the third. One of the friends was going to stay with us overnight. So my husband upstairs was not, you know, saying, I have a 3-level place here in Atlanta. Our room's up on the top floor. Living area is on the second floor. My work area is on the first floor. So I prepared the guest area for the friend. You know, he said he was going to you know, go upstairs, freshen up, was not, get himself situated, was not fine. I was in the shower, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I come upstairs. My husband's talking, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Have a towel on, talking, whatever, you know what I'm saying, because we all know each other, was not. But the mere fact that the friend that was called, the quote unquote friend, was in our master bedroom doorway while my husband had a towel on, talking, trying to give conversation, was not with him, made me feel uncomfortable. So what I did, being who I am, snatched him by the back of his neck, by his clothes, told him to get his ass in the guest bedroom. There is no need for you to be talking in my house to my husband when he's walking around in our bedroom with a towel. So after I thought about it, of course, I let my husband know, what the fuck are you doing? You don't see this is inappropriate? Well, that's your friend. I just figured, and he stopped me when I was getting ready to go back in the bathroom, was not, and started talking to me. That ain't the motherfucking point. Inappropriate behavior from both of you. Don't let this shit happen again. Period. Like I said, we live alone, so my husband, we walk around naked. We walk around, doors open, not caring. My husband didn't know that he was going to go upstairs. But still, there's no excuse on my husband's part. Don't talk to people when you're in your towel, fresh out the shower. I won't do it. You don't do it. Inappropriate behavior. Now, flirt all day long with your clothes on, flirt in stores, flirt in restaurants, do all that. Of course I did. But also, in the end there, we all went out, had fun, was not. I told him when he was leaving, get your bag. You're not staying here. Because I no longer trust you. It'd be one of those sex scenes in the movies, was not. My husband go downstairs and get some milk or some water or some juice, was not. And you try to be seducing somebody. And I'll be in jail for murdering everybody up in this house. So get your stuff, and you have to find some place to stay. It's not happening. And to this day, we're no longer friends. I had to. I don't know you like that. We were friends. We hung out tight. We were cool. But that one incident showed me that I can't trust you. As innocent as you try to say you are or you were, the point is, if I saw someone in a towel, I'm going to go into my room and close the door. Hence what I told old girl in New York. Go in the room and close the door. I don't want to see all that. I wasn't standing there gaping and looking and ooh and ogling. My behavior is the same. Appropriate is inappropriate. So the excuse is, oh well, he was standing in front of me naked and then told me, no, why are you in front of me naked? First of all, why are you having a conversation with me while you have no clothes on? You can tell me that you want to dance all day long with your clothes on at the kitchen table. There's no need for you to be in my room, my doorway, in my presence with no clothes on, and you're underage. Or you are of age. Inappropriate behavior. As much as I flirt, as much as I play around, as much as I do this and do that, what's not, one thing I'm not is disrespectful. I understand boundaries, I understand the rules. I can flirt all day long. I'm not getting naked with you. I'm not touching you, and you're definitely not touching me. And if you are underage, if you are a child, and if you are of age, and I in my relationship was not, it's not happening. And that's people's not understanding. Regardless if the young man is lying, regardless if the young man told 18 different stories, whatever, what remained the same is something inappropriate happened. And if Larry Reed said that the little boy was in front of him, naked, and if Larry Reed didn't say that he made the little boy leave his presence and put some clothes on, yes, he was. Yes, he was. And those couple things who never changed. This little boy was underage, whatever, regardless of what your age of consent is in your state, he was underage. He was considered an adult. And Larry Reed was of age when this happened. And how old is Larry Reed now? He's around my age, maybe a little bit older. So that means that he's anywhere from between 45 and 50 years old. And this young man is what? In his late 20s, early 30s? Yeah. Inappropriate behavior. Sorry. It's a money grab. If it's the same money grab that's been going on for the past 5 years, the money's done ran out. There's no money to have. But who are we going to believe? Does sex matter in this situation? Because it seems like to me, I heard people say, well, it's a money grab, it's a money grab. It's like, okay, you know what? Even beyond that, why isn't anyone discussing the inappropriate behavior? Why isn't anyone discussing the fact that when it's a young male or a male accusing someone of something, it's all this criteria that must happen. Oh, he was wild, he was managed, he was this and the third. No one's talking about the fact that this older, more established individual had influence and power over the younger person. But if it was a young lady that said all this, if it was a young lady that accused an older person of inappropriate behavior, of grooming tactics and things of that nature, giving them a place to live, giving them money, letting them drive the car. No one's talking about that. I was going to make a video the other day, whatever, because I was in this my blaxploitation movie a couple days ago. Watched all kind of movies. Watched Mississippi's Burning. Watch A Time to Kill. Y'all know A Time to Kill, right? This one with Sandra Bullock and Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson, when the little pretty black girl got raped and beat up by the two hillbilly white men and left for dead, which Samuel L. Jackson killed him. And then Kiefer Sutherland was in it as well. That movie. See, the way Matthew McConaughey won that case where a black man killed two white boys in the South during that time period of racial tension and disparaging things. Matthew McConaughey's closing statement was he wrote out all the details of what happened to this beautiful little black girl. Her being snatched up after going shopping for her family, being raped, tied to a tree, hung, having full beer cans thrown at her until her flesh peeled from her bones and then left for dead. How Matthew McConaughey won that case? It was an all-white jury, right? They was getting ready to convict good old Samuel L. Jackson, because he was the one who killed those two white boys because they did it to his little girl, his little daughter, 10 years old. He told them, close your eyes. Picture all these things that happened to this little girl. And at the end, he said, now imagine if she was white. All the mouths dropped open, all the eyes got big and got bucked. Because they never, ever considered or thought it was a possibility of that type of demon behavior being done to one of their own. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be mine. This would never happen to me. This would never happen to mine. What make me an empathetic person, but also a person who don't give a fuck about nobody? Because like I wrote in Nika's chat the other day, I'm always first. And I see how all y'all act and look and talk and behave. So I don't trust none of y'all, basically. I ain't say all that, but that was a sentiment understatement I wrote. I forgot what I put exactly. I will always be first. Because I can always put myself in someone else's shoes. I can always see things from several perspectives. Although I was wild and mannish out there, although I was wild and mannish when I was younger, although I had fake ID since I was 16 years old and I was in clubs, sleeping and moving around with the variety of quote unquote adults, I can still imagine if they had power over me and I was coerced and groomed to do the things that I did. It's a difference to wanting to do certain things, being fast and or mannish when you were young with someone that you have no ties to, than doing those same things or similar things to someone that has your housing, even for a short period of time, in their hands, to where it's either you stay with them and do these things or you don't, and you're homeless and on the street. And as a child, or someone with a child's mindset, I can see how you can blame yourself. I can see how you look at things as if it was your fault because you may have wanted those things. You may have felt those emotions and things of that nature. And a predator, not calling or do the predator, but predators' behaviors is of that. If you talk to a bunch of, I don't know, I guess I like human behavior. I like studying human behavior. That's how I get to know people. That's how I say when I see you, because I see certain traits and qualities in certain people that I see in people, things that I see on TV. I watched something not so long ago where they were interviewing molesters, child molesters, male and female molesters, who molested boys and girls. And the question one of the questions they asked all of them was, how did you pick the people or the children that you abused. You know what the overwhelming response was by these predators? We picked the ones that we knew would not tell. We picked the ones that had no one to tell. We picked the ones that had some type of damage in the household that didn't feel safe enough to tell anyone at home. They also asked them, because molesters, they kind of groom their victims to bring their friends along. Why would you pick some rather than the other? He had a father at home. She had a father at home. I made them so comfortable to talking with me that I knew who had people that care about them and who had people who didn't care about them. So I can get away with doing certain things to the ones who had people who don't care about them that I had a chance to do with people who I knew cared about them. It's a whole psychology to these people who hurt and damage and use power and influence against people. That's why power is dangerous. That's why following people without actually questioning them, people who don't want you to question them, is dangerous. That's why going along just to get along is dangerous. That's why being a pick me individual is dangerous. How often do I say, don't give people the power to build you up because you then give them the power to break you down? That's part of grooming. That's part of people taking advantage of you. That's a part of people using their influence and affluence to gain control over you. Because you become so accustomed to this quote unquote good life that you are afraid to lose it. You are afraid to lose that camaraderie. You are afraid to lose that, backup, that's quote unquote support. You become dependent on that energy that you feel that only they can feed to you. Remember I told you, I've been watching people and listening to people for a while. And what was one of the things I told y'all about some people that I got into it with and don't fuck with to this day? Did I tell y'all? Someone told me, do you see how good it is to be my friend? Why? You don't do nothing for me that I can't do for myself, that I haven't done for myself. So no, I don't see how good it is to be your friend. That's why I say the reads, the roast, and the gags that they throw on other people, they don't throw on me because you can't. I know who I was before I knew you. What about this? It's a sickness. It's a sickness. It's a sickness. It's disturbing. It's a sickness. I actually kind of witnessed something that when I was in the school system. I don't think they did anything was not because, yeah, but I saw teachers that was obsessed with certain students. I'm like, for real? What are you doing? Oh no, I just think they're so cool and so great and da da da. No, that's not what the behavior I'm seeing is. I'm seeing lustfulness. I'm seeing inappropriate behavior. I'm seeing inappropriate interactions. Not saying you're doing anything touching wise with that, but I just see that it's inappropriate. This individual is not here for that. I see you making excuses for this individual, not for that bad behavior. I see that you are letting people slide on certain things. No, not with me. And if you don't stop inappropriate behavior, you will be reported. Because I'm documenting everything that I see. Everything is being documented. Because that's my job, to protect these children from predators inside and outside the classroom. I'm just saying. Inappropriate behavior is inappropriate behavior. I understand what goes on. And like I said for the title, does it matter the sex of the victim? Does the sex of the victim matter? Why would I believe a young lady, tell her to have the courage to tell or to report something that is inappropriate? And I'm not giving the same support to a young man. Now, we can all say that, oh, it's just commentary, it's just commentary. No, some of y'all taking this shit real personal. Some of y'all are a little bit too vested in this story. Some of y'all are a little bit too vested in what's going on and the outcome and the income and the wah this and wah that. Get mad if you must at me. But look at your own behavior and ask, are you too vested? I don't know none of y'all. To me, everybody is Charles Manson. To me, everyone is Jeffrey Dahmer. To me, everyone is, the Green River Killer. Every one of y'all are. I like you, I don't like you. I don't put nothing past anyone because I don't know y'all like that. Just like you should put anything past me. I can say I'm not doing these things. I can show y'all that my morality is high and this and the third, whatever, because I'm not doing anything, whatever. But you don't really know that until you know or until it's proven one way or the other. I'm giving everyone on here the side eye. I've always have and I always will. Yes, I like some more than others because I've met them and dealt with them. Was not Lionheart. Am I lying? Y'all, all 11 of y'all in this chat, if I'm lying about that, let me know. Now, I try to be consistent on here to show y'all consistency. So when I say something was that you can believe it, you can trust in what I say. But think about your faves. How many times have you questioned what they said, what they did, or what they believe? Although they're your faves. And if you haven't questioned them, then baby, y'all giving these people something like a God complex. Because I can point out where everyone on here, well, I won't say everyone, the majority, and I mean a high majority of people have lied, outright lied, outright changed the story around, outright tried to, and they're roasting and gagging and dragging each other was not lied. Knew what they were saying was a flat out lie, but said it anyway. I'm just saying. Like I said, I give everybody the side eye. I'm looking at everyone like they ain't shit until you prove to me that you're that you're not about bullshit. Although I see you, I see what you put on here. I hear what you put on here. And I hear the inconsistencies. I hear the lies. I hear the backpedaling, the pussy popping. I hear the ass kissing. I hear you changing stories around to fit your narratives. And then because you have people agreeing with that bullshit, you think that you're right. No, you're still wrong, baby. You just have a bunch of people who is willing to put their souls and their morality on the line to be part of whatever clique they think that you're a part of, to be a part of whatever power they think you have. That's all I see. I don't see many people on here who is consistent with truth and honesty and morality. Mm-mm. I don't. That's why I haven't done a video in 2 weeks. That's why I haven't been many places. That's why I don't drop down everywhere, even when I am there. I'm not following this bullshit going on between sectors on sectors because it's all bullshit to me. You believe in people telling out stories, people who were once best of friends, and people was not giving out information, was not. Oh, she was married when she was talking to her, and she was taking care of her child. Like this whole bullshit with the beach and what's her name? TC, HBCU. That's some bullshit. Why is it? Why y'all clocking anyone's pussy miles? Why y'all clocking anyone's dick miles? The only reason why mine was out here was not because someone called me a liar. No, I'm not a liar. This is what was going on. By my plan, like I said, I was out there. That's why I always tell y'all. I know what I can do and get what I have. I've been doing it from a young age. I've been seducing people since a young age. I told y'all that. Nothing I'm telling y'all tonight is really big news. I already told y'all all this before. I've always used what I got to get what I want. I've always told y'all if I could, I would. I know what I'm doing. I'm not playing with these people on here. Like I said, I look at everyone on here with the side eye for the most part. The people that I fuck with what's that? They know who they are. But other than that, everyone else has looked at with a side eye because y'all haven't shown me any different. Don't be mad at me because you think that you fool somebody, that you put the wool over somebody's eyes, but I'm watching what you're doing, even when I'm just watching from a distance, watching from the cloud, watching how you act, interacting with other people's chats and things. I take everyone with the grain of salt. Everything you do, male or female, was not. I look at you. Why? And y'all say it's for a bag and for some money? Let me clue y'all in on something was not. There's no money in this sector of YouTube. Yeah, people get a couple $1,000s here and there, was not. You can't count on that. Bills come every month. Bills come like clockwork. If you're going to sit here and do the most disgusting, degrading, despicable shit every month to get those large super chats, was not, get them large cash outs, was not, that in itself shows me who you are. That in itself tells me who you are. So why should I believe you, male or female? I've always said this. I look how you befriend and defriend people, was not. What made me think I'm special, some way, shape, or form? I've always been honest with you guys about what the fuck I'm about. Do I believe that something happened inappropriate between the parties that started or sparked this conversation? Yes, I do. Do I know what? Nope. Will I ever know what? Nope. But from the mere fact that no denying of inappropriate behavior has really been ever said, it's always a debate about what actually happened. It's always a debate about how old this individual were. That in itself tells you that something inappropriate happened. That in itself tells you something inappropriate happened. And it doesn't matter if it was a girl or a guy. That in itself tells me that something inappropriate happened. Or something that you could have be deemed inappropriate happened. Because that's why it's such a thing. Because if it was, it would have been, yeah, he was 18 years old. And we fucked Larry Nelson, not Larry Nelson. Larry Reed don't mind telling us that he's bisexual. He like guys and girls. He'll let anything happen. Depends on what mood he's in. Depends on who's in the room. That's been told to us by him. So if the little boy or the young man wasn't inappropriate or was underage, was not. Well, I'm saying, yeah, he was legal when wherever I went down. I'm just saying, this is my opinion though. I said, I was in the room. I wasn't working on light switch. I wasn't watching. I wasn't none of those things. I don't even watch people like that. But it's the conversation that's been going on in these streets for the past couple of days. And my question still remains: does it matter? But it wasn't. This conversation has been going on for a while, Lionheart. This week, the past couple of weeks, was not the first time that this happened. This has been going on for years. How many of y'all have been heard this before? Y'all said the boy changed his story 3-4 times, didn't y'all? Over what amount of time? Over what period of time? And if the young man did change his thing, adding more things to the story, how many times have y'all heard that when someone was touched was not, it may take time for them to remember all the gory details? If someone wants to repress something, if someone tries to not understand it, you know, this is not the first. This is not the first time or the first person. There's been about 3 or 4 accusers over the past decade or so. This is not new information. This is not new behavior. This is not something new. So when I hear people saying, "Oh, well, the story changed, this, that, and the third," what's up, Freddie? How you doing? When I hear the story, when I hear people saying, "Oh, well, the story changed all these different times," okay, yeah. The point is, something inappropriate happened. Now, if they touched you, if they didn't touch you, if you touched yourself in front of them and they didn't remove you from that situation or remove themselves from that situation, was not, that's inappropriate. That's like someone saying, "Oh yeah, a 15-year-old girl was fingering herself in front of you was not, you stay there and watch." I'm gonna have your ass arrested. You're disgusting to me. Or a 15-year-old boy jacking off in front of you was not, you sitting there watching it. That is disgusting to me. Gross. And it's inappropriate. If I touched him, or if he touched himself in front of me and I didn't correct that behavior, what the fuck are you doing? Get your little ass in the room and pack up your shit. You up out of here. Because I know as an adult, you get mad at me was not, you could be saying, "Oh yeah, he allowed me," or da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no smart move on anyone's part, and I don't care what anyone says, whoever gets mad about it. It wasn't smart. It's not smart for an adult to sit there and watch a minor behave in a sexual manner or interact in a sexual manner, even with themselves, and do nothing about it to correct the behavior. And if a minor came to me naked saying, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking about becoming a dancer or stripper and dancing for money when I go to college," okay, put some clothes on. Get out my room. Go put some clothes on, please. No, I don't want to see you dance. I know this is not an audition. Get out my motherfucking room and put some clothes on, and we can talk about it. That's appropriate for me. It's not, "Oh yeah, show me some moves. Show me what you got. Here's some money for it." No, inappropriate. So if the little boy just danced for him, if the little boy just walked around naked in front of him and was paid for that, inappropriate. It'll never recount tell me the conversation he had to discourage that behavior in his house. Inappropriate behavior. Period. That's what adults do. We're not there to be children's friends. We're there to, especially when you bring someone into your home out of a quote unquote bad situation, because the question is, why wasn't he in home with his parents? What was going on in the household where he couldn't be at home with his parents? What's the conversation about? If I can't see that you're having problems in your home, in your family home, so I bring you into my home to hopefully encourage you to be a productive citizen of the world, and you walk around naked, telling me I want to be a dancer when I go off to school, and I'm dropping it low and bringing it up slow, naked in your household, and you're not coaching me, and I'm not coaching you, I'm not telling you how inappropriate that behavior is, and if it doesn't stop, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. That's inappropriate behavior on my part. Now, I don't care how fast someone is, how grown someone is. I told y'all when I was teaching school, I had this little girl in third grade, always want to jump on my lap. Girl, what are you doing? Get up off me. In the lunchroom, hey, Mr. Junkie. Girl, get off me. What are you doing? How you doing? You good? Okay, good. Don't do that. That's inappropriate. It's up to us as adults to tell children and minors and young adults what's appropriate, what's not appropriate behavior, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Because someone that's not like me will read into that and play off of that with you. And next thing you know, you've been touched inappropriately. Next thing you know, you've been groomed. Next thing you know, you're getting this extra attention from these perverts who want to take your childhood, your young adulthood away from you, your adolescence away from you. It's up to us as adults to take responsibility for our actions and not allow bad behavior to persist. So for everyone who's saying, oh, well, he's a liar, and has he ever found said he didn't do it? Or has his story changed as well? I'm asking questions and I don't know. Because I don't watch none of these people. Because that's not interesting to me. Talking about pedophilic behavior and inappropriate behavior and grooming people and using your influence and affluence to get certain things from people. I don't like all that. That's not my form of entertainment. While you're walking around with on a pulpit and a Bible in your hand, quoting scripture and talking about what's inappropriate stuff happening in other parts of the congregation. While you have a naked young man traipsing around your house and you're giving them money. I'm just saying. Get mad if you want. No one's on here telling you that I done touched them inappropriately. I done paid them to be in my home naked. They dance for me, auditioning for me, showing me the moves they don't use at the club. I'm just saying. Make this stuff make sense. Lionheart, you know how these kids are. They're so used to just doing anything and everything was not, and having adults, you know what I'm saying, just go along with it, whatever, without telling them, no, that's inappropriate, baby. Don't do that. That's not what you want to do. And telling them, you know what I'm saying, if you don't stop this behavior, you can't come around me no more because I don't want to be, because if I saw me walking by a classroom or a lunchroom was not, and saw a child sitting on an adult's lap, a adult touching a child inappropriately or just massaging your shoulders was not, what are you doing? Come here. Come on, baby, let's go. Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, we have a conversation between me, you, and the principal. And that doesn't work, me, you, and the police. Because we're not doing that. No signs of impropriety on my part will be happening. I'm not getting pulled into no offices. I'm not getting pulled into no courtroom. I'm not getting pulled into no grand juries saying what I saw, what I witnessed. I'm not going to tell it. Inappropriate behavior. It didn't seem right to me. I brought it to their attention. They didn't stop the behavior. And now we're here. Just like I'm in my house, you're making me uncomfortable in my own home, or walking around naked, being provocative for no reason whatsoever, and you're a child, you got to stop. You got to go on somewhere. And yes, I was a child when I was doing things. But I knew what I was doing. Not saying I was doing it right. I just knew what I was doing. And I'm not the type of individual who gets mad at somebody, well, it's not, and say, oh, yeah, they touched me inappropriately. Hell, shit, they probably thought I touched them inappropriately. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know? Exactly. And that's what I thought. That's what I think as well, Lionheart. That's exactly what I think. You're so comfortable doing that you think that it was appropriate, especially at that young age. You've seen it somewhere. You've been privy to it somewhere, was not, or it happened to you somewhere, shape, or form, some other place. So yes, what's going on, baby? Why do you think that's appropriate? And that's what it comes down to: talking to these young people. Why do you think it's okay for someone to touch you that way? For you to touch someone that way? Why do you think it's okay for like the thing is, think about it. Even as an adult, are you going to go to your friend's house and just walk around naked? Are you going to just go around to someone's house that you stand with, your family's home, and walk around naked? The money that was given was an encouragement to do so, in my opinion. I'm just saying, I don't know. I wasn't there. But it's just so inappropriate to think about someone walking around, and especially in my house, ass out, titties out, coochie out, balls out, dick out. And I'm paying you to do that. I'm giving you an allowance, I'm giving you money. And you're doing that type of behavior. That's, for me, it's like paying for inappropriate behavior. And I don't pay for inappropriate behavior. I'm just saying, that's just me. I don't pay for inappropriate behavior. I correct inappropriate behavior, which means if I see something that's inappropriate to me, we can do it up in here. Not up in here, we don't. I told you a story. One of my friends, well, ex-friend now, but for real, at this point was a friend. Snatched him up and pretty much kicked him out the house. You gotta go somewhere else. You can't still be up in here. Ain't happening. It does. But he also admitted to having lustful thoughts and doing inappropriate stuff and being whatever based on his experience as a child. Him being touched provocatively as a child. I was saying no one saw that either. His whole story of being touched as a child, his whole story of being molested as a child. You know, I'm just saying. They say people who have been molested has the capacity to molest others. That's what they said. People who have been touched as a child have the propensity to do the same behaviors. I'm just saying, there's so many different questions that's caught up and taught up was not, but everyone's focused on, oh, that man's lying or that boy's lying. But yet they want you to believe every woman that says they've been touched. Although we know, well, we know people have the propensity of lying, but at the same time, I never heard of or heard an outright denial of said allegations. It's always an excuse of what happened. It's always a slant. Oh, nope, not up in through here. Mm-mm. Only person who's being naked up in here is me. And if I have company that doesn't belong in this house or doesn't belong to see me naked up in this house, no, yeah, there's pictures out there floating. People that, well, yeah, well, you did, but no one that I've sent the picture to ever in my life was underage. Now I had some pictures taken when I was underage, but you know what I'm saying. Let's hope. Let's just say that I got the negatives. So all you have is a picture. Those things can be reproduced. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, does it really matter the sex of the victim? Does the sex of the victim really matter? Because I'm tired of everyone when it's a man. Something happens with a man. Was like I said, the whole Brendan Fraser, the whole Terry, what's his name? What's the man's name? The black man. I just mentioned his name earlier today. Earlier here, him, whatever his name, is, Terry Crews. The whole Terry Crews and Brendan Fraser thing in Hollywood. No one believes them, and if they did, one got blackballed and one pretty much was scared to say anything. But yeah, every woman, me too, me too, me too. Oh, he touched me too. He said something to me too. Let's believe every woman. Okay, but how not believing every man until it's proven that it did happen? I just want to say to y'all, I mean, I won't much. I'm gonna come here just really quickly. You know what I'm saying? I've been on here for a couple of weeks, and probably not be on. Yeah, may not be on here for another couple of weeks because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not really interested. I'm doing so many other things. Because I'm happy I had this little procedure was not because it got me out of this rut of coming on YouTube and looking at YouTube for entertainment. Was not being able to entertain myself in real life like I normally do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope everyone has a good night. Thank you so much for being here. On the repeat, y'all like the video. If you don't mind, I definitely appreciate it. I know people will be upset and mad, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I don't like y'all anyway like that. You know what I'm saying? Love everybody. Love everybody. Always will, always do. But as far as trusting everybody on here, nope. Liking everybody on here, nope. I'm always honest about that. I'll fuck with a few. I love all though. But yeah, people who run around with all these talking points and this and third. Like I said, do I believe everything Tasha K says? Nope. Do I know she's messy as hell? Yep. Do I know that she's trifling? Yep. Do I find her entertaining? Nope. Do I watch her? Nope. Do I know her name? Yep. Do I know what she does? Yep. Do I watch Larry Reid? Nope. Do I know his name? Yep. Do I watch him, follow him? Nope. Am I subscribed to either one of them? Nope. Do I have a dog in this fight? Nope. I'm just saying the conversation leads to other things to talk about, other things to think about. Put yourself. What's up, Hutabi? How you doing, sweetheart? Hutabi, what do you think about this whole situation of the Larry Reid and the little boy and Tasha K? What do you think it is? I know you probably mentioned it on your channel, but what do you think it is? What do you think it is? Because I think there's some bullshit all the way around. I believe inappropriate things happen all the way around. And let me ask you the hood table. You seem like a reasonable individual, Miss Lady. If a underage child walk around your house naked, telling you that they want to be a stripper when they go to college, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there and watch them audition, or watch audition, and get them pointers on it, and then give them some money, or are you going to take their ass in that room and put some clothes on and pack a bag? See, I never said that old boy touched anybody. What I'm saying is that you allow inappropriate behavior to happen in your home. See, and that's the difference. That shows you who has a moral compass or not. Ooh, see, see, I was saying to her table. I mean, you may want to go rewatch this. Was not, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people aren't talking about the influence that he had over this child, over this young boy. If someone has power, influence, what you perceive as power, influence, and money, and what's not, a lot of things can happen. But I mean, be it touching the boy or not, be it the little boy touch him or not. My point is just hearing the fact that a minor, when I say minor, I don't mean a little child. I mean a minor as a young adult was not, or a minor, someone who's not legal. You know what I'm saying? Would not be walking around in my house naked, talking to me about things like that. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. The people that I like and I fucks with, they think like me. We all think alike. We all think alike. And that in itself gives you power over somebody. Father, mentor, you know what I'm saying, spiritual leader, provider. I'm just saying, like, whatever. No one's talking about that though. No one's talking about that. Oh, well, he was 17, 15, 16, whatever years old. He knew what he was doing. Yeah, we all knew what he was doing when he was that age. But there's a difference doing it outside the household, but living with someone and having them encourage that behavior. Hmm. No one's talking about that. The hood table. No one's talking about that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't even like the commentary over here in the beef sector. Because my thing is stick to roasting and gagging and a dragon. Y'all good at that over here. Y'all are not good at critical thinking. Y'all are not. Um, y'all don't have analytical skills over here. Am I wrong? Let me know. But over here, the beef sector was not. Stick to roasting, gagging, and dragging. Because critically thinking and having analytical skills, y'all don't have those. Y'all somehow can't put two and two together. Stick to what you're good at. Stick to beefing. Stick to arguing. Stop trying to give commentary on subject matters that y'all are not equipped to give such commentary on. Because the fact it doesn't matter. Because the argument's going to be, oh, well, he always accepted people in his home. He always took in people that he thought he can help to the third. If that's the case, he needs to ask me why. Why has he always taken in the downtrodden, the young men that he felt that, you know what I'm saying, needed him for something? What type of pleasure that gives him? Exactly. Any apology for misdoings is done. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I don't hear denials. I hear reasons. Oh, he was an underage. He was this old. Oh, well, he came on to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing all that. I'm not hearing, oh, hell no, I didn't do that bullshit. A straight up lie. No, 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 no. Nope, I didn't do that. Because there's text messages, apology messages, all this and third out there that goes against you saying that you didn't do anything inappropriate. Like I said, inappropriate can be anything. The fact that you pay someone to walk around in your house naked, the fact that you allow him to walk on your house naked is inappropriate to me. You don't gotta go on your knees and suck his dick or make him suck yours or do all this other stuff. But these people, especially these holy people, was not. These holy folks, or people who have all this quote unquote fake ass influence or fake ass power here. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that. They believe that because there's so many people around them willing to fall on the sword for them. Here's a couple of dollars was not. Let me sprinkle a couple of dollars to you here and there, whatever, and hopefully you, you know what I'm saying, take my side. Hopefully you don't say anything against me. You don't gotta say anything for me, but just don't say anything against me. Here's a couple of dollars. But if you sit up here and defend me was not like a guard dog, I give you a little bit of clout. I'll put your name out there was not. I'll say thank you, this and third, please. I ain't looking for all that. Not for somebody who could be seen as something who did something inappropriate, especially in my eyes. Inappropriate behavior. You cannot be a child around me. Hush money. And because it's ain't a lot of money. It's a couple $100. Use people a couple $100 in a chat when you say you're worth millions. What's that worth? Oh, it's Tasha K's upset because he backed out on a business deal from her. They had a business deal going on. He backed out from her. So therefore, now she's mad. Now she want to drag this up. Well, funny thing is, it's been drugged up every couple of years or so. Oh yeah, from abuse to physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, sexual abuse. Yes, the church is a whole place for children, especially children that the leaders of the church feel have been forgotten. You see, they get it the worst. It doesn't matter if someone wants or someone agrees to do something sexual with you. If they're not of age, and they look at you as a spiritual leader, a protector, a provider, a father figure, mother figure, it's going to be hard pressed for them to say no to your advances. And that's the abuse of power that I'm talking about. When someone feels that like they depend on you for their livelihood, for their salvation, and you say, okay, God told me to do this, and God told me it's okay for us to do the X, Y, Z, what's not. Are they gonna go against you? I'm just asking questions. I don't know. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Right. Exactly. It's a form of grooming. Like I said, it's a form of grooming. And if this person was like, people keep asking, because even when I first heard about this several years ago, well, why did he stay? Why did he continue to do this other? Why did you allow him to stay? If he was such a bad person, had such a bad character, if he was such a bad character, such low moral character was not, why you allow this person to stay in your home? That's my question. You can't be of low moral character and low moral standing in my home. And especially you're not staying there for free. I'm giving you money, allowing you to drive my cars and stuff. That sounds nice. That sounds real nice. So you can pay for him to get a room for rent somewhere. You can pay for him to stay in a room somewhere. You can get him a weekly room for rent. Shit, back then the rooms was like 149 a week here in Atlanta. Now I don't know what they are now. And tell me, how do I know that? Because when I first moved to Atlanta, I told y'all I was homeless. But I was selling Boosie and Dick and stuff to get a place to live from the church. when I went to the church for help, I needed you to write letters. I needed you to pray. I needed you to, you know what I'm saying, call my dorm and ask them why the hell you sent this young man out here 3,500 miles away from his home, and y'all say he can't move into his dorm room. And I have to touch your knee, know that I want to stay with you. If you don't help me out, pay this hotel bill that I'm staying at. Help me by that. Tell the congregation help raise up the church to pay for the hotel room. Mm, right. Exactly. Right about that, the other table. Right about that. Buy a little $20,000, $50,000 house, fix it up and use it as a boarding house. Hire somebody to stay over there to watch it for you. Make sure nothing inappropriate happens over there. They don't burn the place down, and use that as a halfway house type of situation for the wayward children or the homeless children or the homeless young adults, opposed to allowing them to walk on your house naked and giving them money to have them drive your cars. I'm just saying. Like I said, not saying you touched nobody. I don't know if that happened, but I know inappropriate shit happened with the minor. Because, oh, well, he was this age. No, he was that age. Well, he came on to me. He was naked in front of me. And none of that sounds crazy to y'all. None of that sounds like, okay, well, as an adult, as a spiritual advisor, as a church leader, not leader, leader, all that don't sound crazy to y'all? All that don't sound inappropriate to y'all? This person was bad news, but I kept bringing them into my home because God told me to give them a chance. Okay. God told me. It does. It does, Reinhardt. You don't just open your home because first of all, you have to find out why this teen is homeless. You have to get to the bottom of that. And you can go through counseling through the church for that. You don't have a young adult or young adult ministry. You don't have someone over the young adult ministry that can talk to this child. I'm just asking a question. I don't know. I don't know the structure of your church. Your church. But like I said, does it matter the sex of the victim? Does it matter the sex of the individual? It seems that everyone wants you to just believe a woman all the time. But yeah, this young man said this happened to him. And now everyone's questioning it, calling him liars. Or your story changed. Hey Shelly baby, how you doing? I saw your I saw your poll on this topic or subject, I should say. I voted, like I said, inappropriate behavior happened inappropriately. You know what I'm saying? Don't know, not saying he was, the man touched him or did anything sexual with him. All I'm saying is inappropriate behavior. Not three of your friends by a sister. Imagine how many people, oh my God, Jesus. Oh wow. See, it happens. Oh, like I said, I was a little young Thundercat back in the days. And I've done some inappropriate things in the church. Now, everything was willingly, everybody was consensual as much as we possibly can be. But yeah, it goes down in the church basement. See, See, right. See, right. See, this is what I'm saying. And everyone's talking about why Tasha K wanted people to go to her on Patreon. But didn't he do the same thing? Didn't Larry Reed capitalize monetarily on this as well? Because if he didn't, if you weren't subscribed to his Patreon, you subscribed just to hear his point of view and his side of the story. The same thing Tasha K did. If you want to listen to it now, you got to go to her Patreon and listen to it. What's wrong with that? Capitalize on it. Y'all say this is news. The news ain't free. They get paid by advertisers. How do you think that these broadcasters and people get paid millions of dollars for every year that they are on there? So him and I don't have a good relationship. Was not he's kind of sensitive when I critique his things, so I try not to listen to him too much. I was there for a second when he was discussing Wiley. I was there for a second when he was discussing Wiley, and that was funny. You know what I'm saying? But once he starts discussing the situation, was not, I had to turn it off because it was like, yeah, it was going down the road that I didn't want to have to respond to. It really isn't. It really isn't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they all, like everyone who took this over to Patreon made money on it. So I don't know why they're trying to blame one person, not the other. I said, once again, does the sex matter? Is it okay because you don't like somebody to critique them and down them or disbelieve them and their sincerity because you like someone else when they're doing the exact same thing? Is it okay? Is it okay? Does sex matter? Y'all don't like Tasha K because she have lied before, but yet Larry Reed lied as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like y'all can't point out the lies that he told. Y'all like I mean, in fact, what's so sad about it is that I don't even watch these people, but I can talk about the lies and the scandals that they've been involved in over the past, you know what I'm saying, years that I've been on YouTube, watching YouTube, the last decade or so. I can point out the lies that they told. I can point out the scandals that they've been in. I don't even watch them just based on their namesake alone, what they've been doing, how they've been involved. Knowing that this ain't the first time this story came up about Larry Reed. But every time it came up with that, I never heard him deny any wrongdoing whatsoever. It's always an excuse. It's always they did this to me. They did this and that. And they did that. They were legal. They were this age. They were that age. Okay, well that's all good and dandy. But did you do it, yes or no? To what happened in your home on a continuous basis, do you feel it was inappropriate or not? Yeah. But the thing is, Shelly, was this the first time he told himself, or has he been telling himself ever since the whole thing broke down? Ever since this whole thing broke out, ever since this whole thing been happening, has he been telling himself since then? Like I said, he's always told himself. Because like if you don't, exactly, he's been telling himself. Because if you don't come up like someone came out and said, well, y'all know what? Food Junkie touched my titty. Okay, prime example. Shirley gonna be in town. Shirley, when are you gonna be in Atlanta? In the next couple of weeks or so. She'll be here in Atlanta. And if we meet up and Shirley says, you know what? Food Junkie touched my titty and touched my butt when he saw me. If I don't come out here and cuss her ass out and call her a liar, and all I say is, well, she had on this short skirt, she had on this push-up bra, and she said hey to me, y'all are more inclined to believe that it happened. Opposed to me saying, oh, she's a motherfucking lie. I ain't touched that ass. Yes, yeah, at this point. At this point, you come back. You know what I'm saying? Would y'all be more inclined to believe that I did it or that I didn't do it if I come out here making excuses of why it could have happened? Well, she had on a short skirt and the booty was looking kind of juicy. And not a nub. Not a nub. But yeah, if she make the same accusations about me that she made about what happened to her in DC with those people, and I don't come out here and say, you know what, you lying. She's a lying ass son of a something. I do it over this. She lying. What's up, Miss Diva, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? If I come back and say that you're lying and be very serious about that, and I'm making all these excuses as to why it could have possibly happened or how it could have possibly happened. Oh, I went to the bathroom and I just brushed up against her when I was walking past. I heard that too, but you know, there's something like that. I don't talk about everything. That's just crazy. But yeah, they're not. They're not helping at all, Shelly. You're right. They're not helping at all. They're not helping at all. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just, it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, like even if I, yeah, same thing with Deanna. If I met her, she Deanna come out saying, yeah, he touched me too. You know what I'm saying? If I don't be like, you're lying because Josh was there, my husband was there, shit, somebody else was there, and they ain't seen none of that. And I got the video of where we're laughing and joking with each other on two different videos. So when did I touch you and you felt uncomfortable? When did I make you feel uncomfortable? If I come out and say that with those evidences and stuff like that, I mean, well, you know, they had on that little orange dress and it was fitting kind of tight, it was fitting kind of right. You know what I'm saying? She had on some heels, them thighs was, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through all that was not, yeah. Hold on, you done did something crazy. If you ain't, see. I told him that, Dion, I told him that. I told him that. See, and the thing is, how will Wally know? And I don't like that. Some people I just don't address. I like Deanna said. I think when she was in Tim's chat earlier today, she didn't like Wally when he was on here before, and she don't care too much for him now. Same way. I put with everybody. I put with everybody, but I'm not gonna sit up here and care about what that man says. If he says about me or not, I don't care. I never did. It is not important to me. No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why he would. I can't give him clout. Yeah, I can't give him none. Yeah, right. Right. I think that's what he wants. He wants one of them old fashioned Shirley cuss outs. He want. I mean, he got a good one from Tim earlier today. They said I was in Tim's chat when he was discussing Wiley. Once he talked about this right here, I had to leave because it's like, yeah, y'all don't see things. Okay, well, whatever, whatever. You know, I can't make you think what I think. We're all different for a reason. My boundaries are different than your boundaries are. It goes for everybody on here. You know what I'm saying? People trying to defend what Larry did. Like I said, I don't know what he did. All I know is that it was inappropriate. That's all I can say. I wasn't there watching. I wasn't there videotaping. I wasn't there with the holding the light switch. All I know is anytime you're over here at the house and you're walking around naked, and I'm saying put some fucking clothes on, or like I said, I gave the example of New York when the old girl came out the bathroom naked with a little towel on. What did I tell you? I told y'all. I told her, get your ass in that room and close the door. No one see all that. If I don't say that to you was not, and you walk around naked was not, if that ain't the story that I tell, the story that you tell, it didn't happen. Yes, better storyline. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Everything is recycled, reused, not even refurbished. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to sell you the same old broken shit they sold you last year and the year before. Nothing's refurbished. Nothing is renewed. It's the same stuff that they brought to you several years ago, last year. Trying to give you the same thing this year. I ain't going for it. I'm done. But yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, I may be gone. I'm not gonna say how much longer. But yeah, it's funny to me that no one's looking at things logically. You don't have to like anyone. Like people like. But that's why this country is in the state that it's in. I remember when Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump was running for office. The excuse why most people didn't vote for her is because, oh, I don't like her. Who cares who you like? She probably don't like you either. But the reality is, who's best suited for the job? Right. Because they don't talk about. That's why it happens. They have nothing to talk about. They can't find the angle in the stories that's out there. Or they can't even find a new angle in the old stories that's out there. Is you're talking about the same old bullshit. Like I said earlier, the whole shit about the beach and um TCHBCU, I'm not interested in that. Who cares? The whole shit with shit Joyce, Tracy, and Jay Wilson back together again. Who cares? I mean, no offense to anybody, was not. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like funny things like today I was listening to Billie Jean thing, which about the coins and how they all fell out to begin with. And lo and behold, they all back together again. Because remember how it started was not? It started with Jay Wilson, Cash App and 5A. Joyce going on Jay Wilson's chat. Right. And Jay Wilson Joyce going on Jay Wilson's chat trying to chastise him about Cash App and Super Chat and 5A. Tracy goes live. Joyce goes up there because she called Tracy crying about what's going on this and the third. Next thing you know, Jay Wilson's on Tracy's live was not her. He's cussing out Joyce was this and the third, whatever. And he said he's done with it. And next thing you know, they started beefing about that. Cut through today, Tracy and Fabe back together. Jay Wilson and Tracy are on the outs, but yet Joyce is back in the whole circle situation again. Cool with Tracy, cool with Jay Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time for these people recycling friendships and beefs and shit like that. Like I said, it had nothing to do with me. Cuss and fuss if you want to. I don't care. It is what it is. Y'all put the shit out there. I don't care. Can't be. I'm just saying. It's the same old shit. Like, you know. What did Carly say? If I be with you, is will be forever? Because I mean, not forever. I'm just ignoring your stupid ass. And it's funny how people saying, "How can Five forgive Tracy?" But I'm thinking, how can Tracy forgive Five? You know. You know. Tracy said she's gonna put her daughter on GoDaddy, which is not a porn site, stupid. Which is actually, what's it called? What are these things called? It's not a search engine. GoDaddy is a program that helps you build websites. So take that as you want to believe it, but yet there's no different than 5A calling Tracy's apartment complex trying to get her evicted, and then also her going to her job. Like, so I'm saying, like, stupid. Yes, thank you. It's a web hosting apparatus. It hosts websites. So yeah, so it's like Y'all keep on trying to spin the narrative. Y'all want to keep on acting like, you know, like y'all keep changing stories left and right. I don't have time for it. Oh, yeah, I don't sub to these people. I'm not sub to these people. I'm barely sub to the ones that I watch. I gotta type most people's name in order for me to get see what they're saying. I gotta type most people's names in. I do not sit up here and listen to these fools when it happen. Don't care. Don't not care. If something comes up on my timeline, let me check it out just in case it's something I may want to hear about and collect data on. But yeah, like some people, like it all depends who you like at the moment. You know, oh, how dare you do this to this person? Well, shit, all the shit people do to everybody else was not like I said. I always watch how people be friends, different each other. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing crazy. Y'all, I've been here longer than I want to be on here. I'm coming here, y'all, and just ask the question: does it matter the sex? Does the sex matter of the victim? Because it seems that we always want people to believe that everything a woman says. But yet, when a man says something, well, it's not even against another man, it has to be questioned. Although the men they are accusing have a reputation and a proclivity of doing things that may seem inappropriate. I'm saying, how many times does it take for people to speak on something inappropriate behavior before you start believing people? And if you're apologizing and selling stuff out of court and doing stuff, well, it's not. Who knows? Who cares? I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all, I need to rest up for this other thing for tomorrow. But yeah, I'll talk to you crazy kids later. I'll be around, I guess. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, it's your boy Food Junkie. I love you guys, and y'all know it's not important that I love you. It's important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. If you haven't liked the video already, you guys, please like the video on the way out and on the replay. I definitely would appreciate it. Until next time, it's your boy Food Junkie. I'm out. Good night, y'all. Bye bye.